Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's episode, we will listen a story of a boy with a special magical power. Named Levi, he was living in a world full of magic. This world is full of magic and magical beasts like dragon, horse with wings, griffin, all kinds of ferocious animal and tree. Everyone use magic by the wooden stick. Magic is the most popular and necessary thing in this world. There has a magical academy. Children came here to learn the magic. Every year a large number of children came to admit that academy, but only few of them can pass the test. The reason for that is very simple. That is the amount of magic in their body, the more the better. Most of the children came from a noble family. They have a good amount of magic in their body because they are born with magic. But there are some children who came from a commoner family. Commoner has low level of magic power, so it's very tough for them to get admit that academy. But still, if someone from the commoner family has a good amount of magic power, then he or she can give the test. Our protagonist Levi also from a commoner family, but he has a different kind of magic power. That's why he wants to go to that academy. He was very excited to go there. On the way to the academy, he said to himself, I will definitely get admit in that academy. Levi has a special magic power that can copy every spell. He learned from someone else. He just needs to see once how to use that spell and he can copy it. This ability makes him different from others. His hard work and dedication makes him best. When he reached the academy, he met with other children who were giving the test. There were lots of children from the commoner family, but only one girl passed the test. When it was Levi's turn, the examiner was shocked to see his magical power. They never seen such kind of power in a commoner before. He has a strong will and brave heart. The examiner was impressed by his kind. That's why he gave him a chance to prove himself in front of everyone. He was very happy after listening this. All the students were divided into two groups. One is commoner and another is noble. Levi was placed in a commoner group. There were lots of children in that group. Levi was not the only one who has special magic power. There was a girl named Lucy. She can control water and ice. She was the only one who was selected from the last year's exam. She was very happy to see another comrade join the academy. Levi was having trouble to control his magic. It was completely different from the normal magic. He had no one to teach him except Lucy. She tried her best to help him. One day while they were practicing their spells, suddenly there was a loud noise outside the academy. They both went out to see what happened. Everyone was screaming and shouting. A huge dragon was flying in the sky. It was dangerous. Everyone was afraid of dragons because they have magical powers and they can use it whenever they want. They can destroy everything in a blink of an eye. The teachers were trying to calm everyone down. Suddenly the dragon came towards them and landed in front of everyone. He was very big. His eyes were red. Smoke was coming out from his nostrils. Everyone was trembling with fear. Suddenly the dragon started speaking in a deep voice. He said, I need someone to help me. Everyone was confused. The teacher said, we don't know you. Why should we help you? Dragon said, I am stuck between the mountains and I need someone to save me. If you help me, I will give you a gift. Everyone was thinking about the offer. It was very risky to go there. If anything happens to them, then who will be responsible for that? At that time, Levi stepped forward. He said, I will help you. Everyone was shocked. The teacher said, are you crazy? What you are saying, you will die. Levi said, no, I will do it. Before anyone could stop him, he ran towards the door. Everyone was silent for a moment. After that, they started following him. They wanted to help him, but they knew they were not able to help him, so they decided to follow him. When they reached the mountains, they saw that there were too many caves in that mountain. They didn't know which cave the dragon was trapped inside. Levi was confused. At that time, Lucy said, don't worry, I will find out. She closed her eyes and focused. She said, I can feel the dragon's presence. Let's go inside this cave. They entered inside the cave. It was very dark inside. They could not see anything. Suddenly, Levi's eyes started glowing. He could see everything clearly now. He said, "Let's move forward." They walked for a few minutes and finally they found the dragon. He was trapped in a net. Levi said, "Wait here, I will free you." He took out his sword and started cutting the ropes. The dragon was very big. He could have easily taken Levi's life, but he didn't do that. He was waiting for Levi to free him. Finally, the ropes were cut and the dragon became free. He was very happy. He said, "Thank you for saving me, Levi." Levi said, "It was my pleasure, great dragon." The dragon was impressed by his kind and courage. He said, "You have a brave heart. I will give you a gift." The dragon gave him a magical stick. He said, "This stick will help you on your journey." Levi thanked him and said, "Actually, I have to return back. My friends must be worried about me." The dragon nodded his head and disappeared. They all returned to the academy. Everyone was worried about Levi. They thought that the dragon must have killed him. But here he was, safe and sound. He gave back the magical stick to the teacher. He said, "This stick doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the dragon." The teacher was shocked. He said, "What? You met the dragon? How is that possible?" Levi told him everything about the dragon and the cave. Everyone was shocked. They never thought that Levi would be able to save the dragon. After that incident, Levi became famous in the whole kingdom. He was known as the hero who saved the dragon. He was very happy with his life in the academy. He made lots of friends there. One day he was having lunch with his friends. Suddenly, a group of nobles came and sat on their table. They were laughing and making fun of commoners. One of them said, "Oh, look here. These people are eating like dogs." Another said, "They don't even know how to use a knife and fork properly." Levi got angry. He couldn't tolerate their arrogance. He stood up and said, "Why are you treating us like this? We may be commoners, but we are not less than you." The noble laughed at him. He said, "Oh, so you think you are better than us? Prove it." Levi accepted the challenge. He said, "I will defeat you in a duel match." The noble smiled. He thought Levi was just bluffing. He said, "Very well, I accept your challenge. Let's have the duel match tomorrow." Levi agreed. Next day, everyone gathered there to watch the duel match. The nobles were confident that they would win the match. They were strong and had lots of magical power. But they didn't know that Levi was not an ordinary commoner. He had a special magic power. He could copy any spell. In the beginning, the nobles were having upper hand, but slowly Levi started copying their spells. He defeated all the nobles in the match. They were shocked. They couldn't believe that they were defeated by a commoner. They tried their best, but they were not able to defeat Levi. After the duel meet, Levi became famous in the whole kingdom. He was known as the hero who defeated the nobles. He was very happy with his life in the academy. He made lots of friends there. One day he was having lunch with his friends. Suddenly a group of nobles came and sat on their table. They were laughing and making fun of commoners. One of them said, "Oh, look here. These people are eating like dogs." Another said, "They don't even know how to use a knife and fork properly." Levi got angry. He couldn't tolerate their arrogance. He stood up and said, "Why are you treating us like this? We may be commoners, but we are not less than you." The noble laughed at him. He said, "Oh, so you think you are better than us? Prove it." Levi accepted the challenge. He said, "I will defeat you in a duel match." The noble smiled. He thought Levi was just bluffing. He said, "Very well, I accept your challenge. Let's have the duel match tomorrow." Levi agreed. He participated in that competition and gave his best. He was very excited to participate in that competition. In the first round, he fought against a mage. He was very powerful. He was using ice magic. It was very tough for Levi to fight against him, but he was having lots of magical power. At the end, Levi defeated him. After that, he fought against a lot of mages. They were using different kinds of magic, but Levi was able to defeat all of them. Finally, he reached in the last round. His opponent was a very powerful noble. He was using dark magic. He was very cruel. He didn't even think twice before taking someone's life. The noble used his magic and attacked Levi. He tried his best to avoid it, but he was not able to do that. He was seriously injured. He could feel the darkness all around him. He tried to fight back, but he was too weak to do that. Suddenly, Levi remembered the dragon. He asked for help. The dragon appeared there. He roared loudly and scared the noble. The noble lost his balance and fell down. He was shocked to see the dragon. He didn't know that Levi had a dragon with him. The dragon attacked the noble and beat him badly. The noble was helpless. He couldn't do anything to stop the dragon. Finally, the dragon stopped. He looked towards Levi and nodded his head. Levi understood and attacked the noble with his sword. The noble was trying to defend himself, but he was too weak. Finally, Levi's sword pierced the noble's heart. The noble screamed and fell down. He was dead. Everyone was shocked. They didn't know that Levi had a dragon with him. The dragon flew towards Levi and rubbed his head against him. He was very happy that Levi had won the competition. The dragon disappeared. Levi was declared as the winner. He became the strongest magician in the world. He was very happy. He knew that he had the dragon's support. He could do anything. So this was today's episode. Hope you people like this story. If you really do, then do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And do tell us your favorite character in the comment section. We will be back soon with a new story. Till then, goodbye.